everyone. Today we're making a card using Sailing Home stamp set and smooth sailing coordinating dies. We're going to use some of the new in colors that just launched June 3rd, 2020. Bumblebee, which is part of this ribbon right here. This is a gingham ribbon. And we're going to use Misty Moonlight cardstock. I've also want to show you the in color 6x6 designer series pack. That's where I pulled the designer series paper from. I've got this bumblebee color here with a pattern of polka dots on one side and just a texturized look on the other side. I'm also going to use this wood grain pattern. It's got some text on the other side. We're going to use the wood grain. Let me show you the sample that I made using two different colors. So this one I used are Misty Moonlight and Just Jade. So this is the card that we are making. We're just going to change up our colors. And I can't wait to show you. Let's get started. You're going to want to start with a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. And what I did was I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock and I cut it down the middle. So then I've got two pieces here that's just cut right down the middle, and I'm just going to fold it in half. Next, I'm going to take our wood grain piece of paper and glue that down right in the center. This piece measures 2 inches by 4 inches. Next, I'm going to glue down my pattern piece to my solid cardstock. This is Bumblebee as well. This one measures 3 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this measures 3 by 5 1/2. Glue that down. I'm going to take our ribbon. This is the Bumblebee ribbon, and I'm going to tie that around this piece here in a knot. So I just take a little bit, tie it around. Tie the knot over to the right-hand side. And then trim that off. That's ready to go on our card base with dimensionals. The Stampin' Up! Dimensionals are just going to bring that piece up a little bit on the front of our card base. Next, we're going to do some stamping. I'm going to bring in the lighthouse, the birds, and the word thanks. Okay, ink that up. The lighthouse goes straight down on the Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to take the birds and stamp as close as I can to the top of the lighthouse. And just notice I'm just tapping it onto the ink pad and then lightly just straight down and straight up on my cardstock. These smaller stamps can tend to get ink on the edges, and then you get what's called a halo on your project. So just if you're hesitant, just get some scratch paper and stamp that and give it a try first. I'm also going to go ahead and stamp the greeting. I'm going to stamp thanks from this stamp set in the Night of Navy onto Bumblebee. Now I'm ready to use the Big Shot and some of the framelits. So I'm going to use the wheel, the ship's wheel from Misty Moonlight. I'm going to use this banner on my greeting. I've also got another new product. This is in the new 2020-2021 annual catalog. These are the Tasteful Labels dies. And I'm using this one right here, and notice that it also has a stitched edge that's going to cut out on the Big Shot. And I'm not going to use the whole image. I knew that I wanted to use just the top part of the lighthouse and along with the birds. So we're going to run that through, this through, and this through on the big shot. Now we're ready to assemble on the card. So I'm going to use dimensionals again on this piece here. And I'll just put one on the top, one on the bottom, and that will go over the ribbon there. I've got my banner here that says thanks. I'm just going to use my regular snail and put that on flat. And I've got the wheel, the ship's wheel. For that one, I'm going to use glue dots. So I'm just going to take my cut piece and go straight to the Stampin' Up! Glue dots. That way I don't have to touch them. They're just going straight onto my cardstock piece. Okay, I did about 3 or 4 on the back of there. And that's just going to go onto the bottom part here. And there you have it. There's our card. Let me bring in the original one again. Here's the one I made using Misty Moonlight and Just Jade. And here's the one I made using Misty Moonlight and Bumblebee. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you next time.